Welcome back, guys. Today is the day for an update on Frankenstein. I get a lot of requests in the comments about this truck. It's had been a year and a half. It's been a long time since we've done an update on this truck. What's really sad about it is we were getting close. I had the engine in the truck. I had the transmission in the truck, and I was ready to start driving this thing. It was gonna be great. Then plans change. UCC happens, we get busy, that truck blows up repeatedly. And so we have a lot of problems, a lot of work dedicated to that truck. And the whole time I'm just chomping at the bit because I want this truck back. So a lot has changed in the original plans. Last time you saw this, I was gonna just slap it together and get going. I've decided I want to do more than that now. This truck is my birth into diesel performance. This is my first diesel truck I ever had. First drag race happened in this truck. First trip to NHRDA, the World Finals, happened in this truck. I have a lot of history with this truck. Some of the guys at the shop think I'm dumb for making a hot rod long bed. They want me to sell this thing and do like a P-pump 24 valve, but I just can't do it. I have feelings, I have nostalgia, call it what you will. I personally love this truck. Problem is it's kind of a piece of crap right now. You open the doors, it smells like an old nasty truck. I mean, it stinks, let's be honest. It's been sitting out in the sun rotten, it stinks. It's a complete mess. In my schooling, all I did with this truck was try to figure out stuff. I have fender wells that are cut out terribly to make room for 3 turbos. I have a data acquisition system in here. That's crazy. I have a tuner, I have an Edge chip tuner monitor, Edge CTS monitor in my 12 valve. People saw that like, what the heck is that? Well, I had all kind of digital acquisition. I had data logging here so I could learn. I used to monitor boost pressure on every turbo. I used to monitor drive pressure on both turbo systems. Air temperatures everywhere, before, after intercooler, in between stages, between the interstage coolers. I monitored so much stuff on this truck because I had to learn. I needed to know. This is back in the days when I get in the internet forums and people just say, this is a turbo you need. And I'd say, why? There'd be crickets because it works, they'd say, okay. So I decided to start doing all the math, and this is where I learned it. I decided I was gonna make a turbo system, do this, and people say that's never gonna work, and so mathematically it'd work, and so I did it, and sure enough it worked. And so I really honed in my knowledge of turbos and engine building in this truck. So I'm not gonna sell this truck. I'm not gonna get rid of a little short bed. I'm gonna keep a long bed, man's truck, and we're gonna make this thing go fast. So in order to do that though, I no longer need the mess. This truck has earned the right to go back to a nice truck. So we're gonna kind of go over what we're gonna do. We've actually done some trade work with a local painter. So we pulled everything out because this thing's gonna go to a paint shop and look awesome. We're gonna do kind of a restore-ish build on this. And actually, he's a pretty cool painter. He can do some cool stuff. My problem is I'm not very good at making things look awesome. It's not my skill set. I can make it fast, can't make it look really good. So if you guys in your comments have some ideas on paint schemes, he'll do whatever I want. I mean, I'm green, silver, black, silver, power-driven diesel. I like the Frankenstein theme. If you have any good ideas, send them over. I'm gonna read them because I could use all the help I can get in this area, quite frankly. So now I'm gonna show you what's in here, what we're taking out, and we'll get started. Let's go. So here is the mess I have been creating over the years. Let's start off with the electrical nightmare I've created here. This has got just more stuff, like right here. All this stuff here, all this big mess here. This is the data acquisition center stuff for Edge. This is called Edge EAS, Expandable Acquisition System. I forget what it stands for, but Edge EAS. And so this is like a boost sensor, EGT, pressure, temperature, all kind of different things. And here's this is a source for it, and it goes through here and it goes into there. Here's an old sensor right here. This is a pressure sensor. I got one mounted over there on the firewall. So I don't need all this stuff anymore. I know that stuff, and we're gonna get rid of it and make it a clean truck. This thing had multiple turbos, multiple intercoolers. I had dual water air intercoolers, 3 intercoolers at one time. One here and 2 that I welded together up front. And so I had a big tank in the back, and I had a radiator under where the spare tire goes to cool the water. So I had all these kind of fans in there. So this is all the power. You got all these relays, power circuits to run the fans for everything. So that's coming out. The batteries, I relocated the bed. I want it because you got 3 turbos and 3 intercoolers up here. You got room for batteries. So the batteries are in the bed. I actually might leave those back there. I kind of like them back there, so I may leave those back there. Old fuel lines. This was run off of two. When I had the 13 mil pump in this truck, I had two lift pumps. I had an aeromotive lift pump and a fast lift pump, and I needed both of those to maintain pressure. Now we've got the new Predator lift pump, which is mechanical and awesome. So all that system is going to be gone. This is going to be a mechanical Predator lift pump truck. So I'm excited about that. The air conditioning system. I've had this condenser in and out 50 times. This line is just thrashed. I mean, I've had it in and out. So we're going to have to replace all the AC lines. Get a new one of these guys because it's been hammered. I mean, I've hit my knees on it a million times. So pretty much we're just going to tear all this stuff out. We're going to get rid of it so we can clean it up and make it function like a nice, clean street truck it's going to be.
What a freaking mess. Jeez, Todd.
All right, welcome to the beautiful inside of this beautiful truck. This is another thing I've butchered up over the years. Starting off with the big black roll bar. In order to go faster than 1150, you have to have a roll bar in your car. 1149, they'll boot you off the track. 1150, you're safe. You hit 1149, you gotta have a roll bar. Not a roll cage, they're different. Just a roll bar. So we built this bar, it's removable, so it's really cool. So I can take it out when I'm not racing and put it back in. The roll bar is cool, but it's not very practical in a daily drive application, so that's why we made it removable. So we're going to pull it out. It may or may not go back in. This is not a race truck now. I want to make this a non-race truck, but actually my driver, so I'm probably not going to put it back in. You have to drill holes in the floor to make it work anyway, so I'm going to put a new carpet kit in here because the carpet's stained and nasty. Spilled one too many sodas as I was hot rodding around. And so new carpet's going in. Another thing this truck came with was an NV 4500 5-speed manual transmission. This is a holy grail truck. The 98 quad cab 12 valve 5-speed. And I butchered it. But we've already been over that before in past videos. It's been worth all of it. So I have a center console here that's wide open for a stick shift. It's just hanging out there. So I'm going to have to find one of the automatic plastic pieces for the four-wheel drive transfer case shifter. So if you have one of those, let me know. I might get it off you. Also, all the plastic pieces on my seats, the handles to recline it, the covers, they're all missing. I think that, I don't know, I had to take them off for roll bar access or something, or I took them off. I don't know. So I gotta source some plastic pieces to make this thing cherry again. So if anybody out there has that, that'd be handy. These seats are gonna get recovered. These cushions have been well used. Like all second gen seats, they're tore up. And so I'm gonna have these things reupholstered. So we're gonna show you that. I've never done that before, so I found a guy who can do it. So we're gonna show you how he does it. So yeah, this is gonna be a rather long process. We're gonna get videos of this thing in the paint booth. We're gonna get videos of this thing getting carpet, getting seats. So the reality is a second gen truck is the most beautiful truck ever made in the history of the world. So they're worth restoring. So we're gonna help you guys figure out how to do it. If you find an awesome truck, or you have one you want to put back in good shape. It's going to be fun. Yeah, this year we're going to have a bunch of concurrent builds, multiple builds that we're just going to be updating as they come along. So make sure to subscribe to this channel, follow us, share this with your buddies. We have a lot of cool stuff coming out this year.